Hello YouTube, welcome to Cars, Grilling, and Technology. This is Will and I am at the C8. You may have seen in another video where I said that I never dry my car after I wash it, and that is true. And the reason I said that is I have a system that I use in my garage, and I'm about to show you now and kind of go over what everything is. Like I said, my car is not a garage queen, so my garage does not look like a kingdom. So please don't slam my garage, but it is what it is. But the first thing we have is we have an AR Blue Clean pressure washer. I will put the model number in the description. I've had this for over a year because I actually bought this before the C8 came. So like most people that are getting C8s, you know, you spend your time, or it makes you feel better when you're buying stuff, waiting on the car, dreaming when it comes, and I was one of those people. But this is a good pressure washer, and for me, I knew that if I had one that I would have to wheel out to the car, hook up hoses to it, and then disconnect the hoses, and then bring it back and forth, that I would not do that, and I would not use it. So an option that hangs on the wall worked out perfect for me. Then I've also got a Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish foam cannon. That is the foam cannon that I use along with this setup. And then I also have, I don't even know if this is a name brand sprayer. I just wanted a short sprayer. So I think that I just bought the cheapest one I could find. I think this one was like $49. So I didn't go crazy as far as the sprayer goes. But it's just a standard sprayer. Then I've got the connections on this where it will swivel around. So I can move this around, you know, without things binding up. And that was important for me. But the main thing, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later and see it in action, is the on-the-go deionized water system. So what this system does is it deionizes the water. So from what I understand, whatever chemicals are in the water is what leaves spots on the car. This removes those, and that's how you get spotless drying. If this unit looks familiar, this is the same unit that Adams Polishes sells on their website. I believe it's the same price. These people make that for Adams Polishes. I went with this one because with Adams Polishes, they were saying it would maybe be, you know, 2 to 3 days before it's shipped, and I guess that depends on how many of these water systems they have in stock. But I called the company directly, and I'll put a link to this in the description also. And I called them early enough in the day where they had them in stock, and they were able to ship it the same day. And I lived close enough that I got it within 2 days. So that's why I went with this one, but it's the exact same unit. So I'm going to show you kind of like a before and after test of what is in my water without this, and then show you what it is after I connect this, how much it takes out of the water. And then we're going to wash the car. So stay tuned. So I am back, and what I want to show you is, you can't really see it in the sunlight, but this is what comes with the unit. So this is how you test what is in the water. I'm going to go ahead and put this together, and hopefully you can see this. But it is showing 129 parts per million. So that is what is in the water currently that the deionizer is going to take out. So right before we rinse the car off, I'm going to do this again with the deionized water, so you can see exactly how much of a difference there's going to be. But right now, the reference point is 129 parts per million. So stay tuned, I'll be back. I forgot to mention that we are about to wash the car. but I am not going to take you through the steps of rinsing the car and then foaming the car. You know, I might show you what the car looks like with the foam on it, but basically how I do it is I foam each one of the wheels first, and then I wash the wheels. So I'll foam this one first, then wipe it down and then spray it, and do that for all the wheels. Then come back around and foam the whole car, and then wipe it down and spray it off. So like I said, I don't think that's anything I really need to show on camera. I might come back and show you what the car looks like foamed, only because it looks kind of cool. So stay tuned. We'll do a quick walk around of the car, but this is what it looks like after I foam it up. And when you're using a deionized water system, they don't recommend that you use the deionized water for this step. Of course you can, but that canister is filled with resin, and the more water you put through it, of course, that decreases the life of the resin. So I follow the instructions and only do the deionized water for the final rinse like they recommend. So stay tuned. Let me wipe this down and then we'll be ready for the final rinse. So I'm back, and this is what the car looks like after I wiped it down. What I've learned is even in the sunlight, once the soap starts to dry, once you hit it with the deionized water, then any little spots of dried up soap will disappear. But here is the tester. I'm going to put this back in here. And I don't know if you can see this, but we were at 120 something parts per million before. Right now we're at 2. So 2, I think that anything below 15 will not spot the car. But we wash the car maybe once or twice a week. And like I said, using it for the final rinse, these are the results that we get. To basically turn the water on, you just turn these 2 little red dials, and that will take you to the deionized water. The only thing is when you do it for the final rinse, you have to run the water a little bit to get the bad water out of your hose, depending on how long it is. So I may start using the deionized water when I do the foam cannon. But let me go ahead and get this thing rinsed off, and I'll be back. I do need to mention that this car is ceramic coated, so I can't give you any feedback on the results on a non-ceramic coated car, but my car was ceramic coated maybe a couple of days after I got it. So I'm going to go ahead and record the rinsing, and if I have to time lapse it, I will, but just show you. You know, that's enough of that. I'm going to come back when I'm done. So here is after we rinse the car. So I've got to run in the house and take care of a little bit of paperwork. So we're going to let this sit until I'm done and then come out and take a look at how it's looking. But you need to make sure you get a good rinse, because I don't know if you can see in this bubble how there's a little particle of soap there. So I probably need to hit this section one last time to make sure that when it dries, that doesn't leave anything on the car. But using this system, if I needed to go someplace, I would just hop in the car and drive. And whenever I get to my destination, the car will be almost completely dry without any water spots. So I'm going to prove it to you. We're going to go in the house and wait a few minutes, and then we're going to come back and show you what this looks like after it dries a little bit. Stay tuned. So I'm back. It's been about a half an hour. Like I said, I had to take care of a little bit of paperwork, so I figured I would just let the car sit while I was doing that. And even though it is not all the way dry. I'm going to try to get in here on the darker section so you can see there are still some water drops, but there are no water spots. I don't know how that's picking up, but it's no water spots. So what I like about this is it saves me time because I don't have to sit here and dry the car. And the fact that I'm not going to get any swirl marks because I'm not rubbing a microfiber across the car. It seems like even if you get the best microfibers, there's no way to eliminate swirl marks. So the deionized water system, I will have links in the description. But that's it. I mean, if you're looking for a way to wash your car, not leave water spots, then this is the way to do it. Even with washing the wheels, if I wasn't doing this video, it literally takes me maybe 20-25 minutes to wash the car. And for me, that's phenomenal because I'm not that guy anymore to spend 3 or 4 hours washing my car. I'd rather do something like this and then go drive. But before we leave, I'll go ahead and put the top down, and that also helps a little bit with the water. But if you have not seen my other video, this is a Rapid Rev clear engine cover that I got for the C8 Corvette. I did an in-depth review of different temperatures with it. And I also have a video about how I unboxed and painted and installed the engine cover. So I'll have links to those 2 videos in the description here too. But that's going to be it for this time around. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. I got a lot of cool stuff that we want to do, you know, with this car. Then also got a couple of new things that I want to do to the Tesla. So we're going to be doing videos on that. So we're trying to be a fun, up-to-date channel. So if you like us, please subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.